Hey y'all. So the journals are complete. So this is going to be a flip through of all 4 of them. This is going to be, this is probably going to be a long video. I'll flip through one, in more detail, and then I'm just going to kind of flip through the other ones so you can see, because they're similar, they're all similar elements in each one, but, different, so to speak. So they're all 7 1/4 by 9 with a 2.5 inch spine, and they all have at least 90 plus pages. There are a couple of them that have more pages than that, because I just don't count the pages. I just put aesthetically what I like in there. But they're all, they've all got some extra goodies in there, and I'm still working on, there's just a couple of little more things I'm going to add. So if you purchase one of these, you'll have a little surprise. I did not go back and add anything into the pockets because I just like the look of them as they are. But, it's a good place to, put an introduction to yourself or who the book's for. If it's a gift, you could put a, gift tag in there. Whatever you want to put in there. I didn't do that. But anyway, I did, did make them pockets. And they're all stitched in. This one as well. Okay. So we'll go through, let's go through the boy one first. Set those aside. So now make sure I'm in frame. So here's the charm. They all have similar items on the charm. So they're all vintage buttons and beads. Some of the beads are vintage, some of them are newer. So this is the charm for this one. They all kind of flip out of the way. They all have the scrappy tie made out of quilt pieces, which I really like. So that, this is the one for the boy. And they're all, kind of frayed and real scrappy looking. I love that. They all have the washi tape, which is different pieces of fabric washi on the side. They're all 5-hole pamphlet stitch, 5 signatures. They all have a goodie pack in the back with, went through a bunch of fabrics and just cut a bunch of pieces of fabrics that I thought would be fun in each one. They're all pretty much the same. This one does have a few different pieces of this particular little scraps from this quilt, these quilt pieces that I bought. I thought these looked really cool with this particular book. And then there's some envelopes and then a bag and everything. And then I'm gonna move this paper clip to clip in something in the back. So in the front, I've added some tags, just some scrapbook paper tags. I think there's the same amount in each one. These were a bunch of tags that I purchased from Shelly. She was doing some de-stash and she had a bunch of tags. She had a bunch of little golden book kits and there were tags in each one. So those came from her, and then there's a little inventory tag, and there's 2 guest checks tucked in here. There's a lot of stuff, stuck in these journals, and they all have the same amount of elements, but they're going to be different. There's 2 Pooh postcards in here. These I recently purchased from Amazon. You can get a box of them, which is really cool. So I'm going to flip. There is a ton of space in here. Here's the little tab with the buttons that I made. This is a pocket. Not all of them will have pockets like this. It just depended on what I put in each one. This is a printable from KB and Friends, so you can add this to a page as a little, like tuck on one side, little flip on the other. There's, vintage music. I put one of my Joey DeFee pockets in here, and I've stuffed it full of stuff for you. Here's the other. I put 2 Winnie the Pooh postcards in each one. They'll all be different. And then in here, there's a pocket, there's an envelope, there's some playing cards, there's some journaling spots, there's a couple of little inventory tags. Back here, there's a couple of things from KB and Friends. And while each book will have the same amount of elements, these right here will not all be the same. And then there's a repair tag in the middle. The pockets were made from recipe pages, and then here is the button paper clip. Dictionary, one of my ruffles. So that's the first signature. Okay. They all lay super flat, as you can see, and they're, you know, they're full. They've got a lot of stuff in here already, but they lay super flat. Even if you put this in here, this is kind of bulky, you know, but it still lays flat. I just think there's just so much room to grow in these. Here's a couple of things. This is a little popcorn bag printable that I already cut and put together for you. KB and Friends stuff. Pinocchio, really old Pinocchio page. Some gift wrap. Mickey Mouse or Disney book. Another ruffle. This was from another little vintage storybook. Vintage music. This is from a Peter Rabbit. I initially was going to make this an envelope, but then I kind of like Mr. McGregor there digging in his garden, so you can decide if you want to do that. You can cut the buttons out if you like. I put these really cool old maid cards. I put at least one in each book. This one's Jumpin' Jack. I just clipped them in. I also put an envelope and card in each one for the birthday. It's ice cream and cake day. These are some I purchased off of eBay. I think they're so cute. Look at all the little critters for, you know, birthday party. So if you document, you know, a birthday party in here, that'd be fun to use. Or just whatever, you know, you can take it and do something else with it. Here's another one of my little tabs with the buttons. Here's one of the homemade cards using pages from the Alice and Jerry books. This one's got the rabbit jumping out the window because it's a little story about Peter Rabbit's in one of those books. So that's the second signature. Here's the third signature with the pocket and some journaling spots on one of the tags that I made. Now I just kept, you know, some of these tags like this that I added, I put one in each book. I just kept them plain like that so that, you know, some people like to use them plain without putting strings or ribbon or whatever on them. Some people like to embellish. So while I put a lot of things in here, I really tried to leave you the room to move the things around and to use them how you want. Here's the bag. I didn't put anything in the bag. Here's one of the little flashcard embellishments that you can glue in as a tuck. You can tape it in and make it a flap. You know, I left that up to you, so I just paper clipped those things in. That beautiful page from one of the beautiful pages from that Edith Holden, not Edith Holden, Eloise Wilkins. I get the two of them. I mix them up all the time. Eloise Wilkins Seasons book. And look at this little guy, and he's so cute. The other side of the bag, which is open for you to tuck things in. This is wallpaper, in case I didn't mention that. Each one of them will have a hidden paper clip. So this is the hidden paper clip on this one. On this side, there's a little envelope, and there's a couple of little journaling cards tucked in there. So I thought I would show you how this works. I'm going to add another guest check to each one, so you can just put whatever you want right up underneath there, and it holds it in. Another little tab. Graph paper. This is vintage graph paper, and it's a little bit thicker than your standard graph paper. Curious George. There's a couple of Curious George pages in here. I love Curious George. This is a vintage book. This is really nice thick paper too. This is from A Little Engine That Could. Vintage music. One of the beautiful pages from the Childcraft books. Here's another one of my little handmade embellishments. This is a pocket. I've also just clipped it in with a little heart paper clip and put 2 tags in there for you. So each book will have the same types of embellishments, the handmade things that I've made, in the same amount. They'll just be different. You know, all the ruffles aren't going to be the same. The little embellishments and tags are not going to be the same. They're going to be the same style, but different. This is another little kids book page I thought was cute, vintage. Some of my tea-dyed paper, and then the paper clip, and I'm going to move this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to clip this in the back, clip something in the back. Each one also has a vintage birthday card of some kind. This one happens to be a little boy, and these are so cool, and they open up, you know, like this. This one's got some embossing. You can see it on the back, and actually this one was never written in. I don't want $1 million. All I want, or a yacht that's big and swell, all I want is just to know that your birthday turned out well. Cute. So I stuck him in here, or that particular card in here. This vellum. There's another Childcraft page. And, you know, each one has little buttons that I went through and picked out that I like to try to, you know, color match to the page. Here's one of the little flip outs that I made out of book pages, and I just embellished it. And some of them wrap around, so there's a little bit of embellishment on the other side, and then a couple of them are just the book page on the other side. But what's cool about this is you can put it on the page like this, so you can glue it here, and then glue it here, and have it be a little flip, and you can add photos or whatever you want here. You could take a little strip of paper and make them pockets, and then you'd have a tuck here and then space here. Or you can just put it on the page like this and, you know, clip it in the way I have it. It just depends on what you want to do with it. I wanted to give you the option. Okay. These are really fun. I'm going to make some more of those, and I'll probably do a video. My next round of videos are going to be some embellishments. So I just tucked a couple little journaling spots here, and then this is a KB and Friends envelope that I already folded up for you. There's nothing in this envelope. It's just clipped in there. And then each one has a little file folder pocket that I made, where I took and folded up the file folder, cut it down, made a pocket, and then I covered it with some scrapbook pieces and some kind of book image that I fussy cut out. And my same kind of style of the little banner with, this is some feed sack, this is some quilt, this is a piece from that vintage quilt I found gem in my garage. And then I just stitched across that and put some little of Jen's little buttons, felt buttons on here. Okay, so that's another pocket, and I just folded up some of that vintage paper that I recently found when I was down in Wilmington. I just folded up a couple of pieces of journaling paper for you, and then I left here's the pocket on the back. This is another quilt piece. I did extend it. I took a piece of this vintage gingham fabric to kind of give it a little bit more, because when I wanted to cut these pieces in half, that's how I wanted to use them, but I wanted the pocket to be just a little bit deeper. So I stitched another little piece of vintage fabric across the top and made that pocket. Okay. And then, as you can see, you know, you can squish these, and then, man, you can fill them up. You got tons of room to grow. I'm super, super, super happy with these. I had so much fun. I really did have fun making these, and you can see that really chunks it up, but it's still, you know, that's a lot of stuff in there. It's a lot of bulky stuff, so. But anyway, Love it. Just love the way they came out. So after I do this video, I've got to go through and take pictures. I've got to go through and take the pictures and get them listed in the shop. So that's going to take me a little bit of time, and I've got some other things I need to get done today. So I'm going to plan on putting these in the shop Tuesday evening this week. And did I figure out what the date was? No, I did not. But today's Sunday. Hopefully I can get this video loaded today, and it won't take, you know, overnight to load it. Sometimes the long videos, but I'll put everything in the description box. But these will be in the shop Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So here's the tie for this one. And this one is fraying a little bit more, which I really, really like. I love the way that frays. See that? But that's the tie. Let me pull this out. Here are the goodies for this one. And then here is the charm. Look, there's a little fray. And I love this. This is a vintage button that came from my favorite shop. I bought a bunch of buttons a while back. I bought a whole little sewing desk box full of them. And these were in there, and they're super cool. I really like that button. And beads. These are glass beads. There's a little heart on this one. There's a little ladybug here. On all three of these, there's this little ladybug. On the boy charm, there's a glass bead ladybug. And on three of them, I have handmade with love, made with love. I had 3 of those little charms. I didn't have 4. Anyway, so here's the washi on this one. This one is painted with that pink. I think I've already showed this already, that pink sheer paint. And then inside I had this beautiful vintage linen that has this pink. There's pink and white thread in the little flowers around it. I also added, and I thought I'd put one of these in the boy one. I know I did. I must not have pulled it out. I must have stuck it somewhere else. So I also added a little book image so that you can use as a pocket in the book somewhere. I hope I'm in frame. Gosh, if I wasn't in frame, I'll be upset. We'll see. Yeah, so that's the one I included in here. And I put one in the boy book somewhere. I don't know where I tucked it in out. I'll make sure it's in there. So this is just another little image from a vintage book, and I don't know from where, y'all. I have so many little books. Here's the tags and the guest check. I have so many vintage children books that I've purchased, and then I have some that have been gifted to me. Here's the little girl, as you can see. So that's just the book page on that one. I just I went over this way with the embellishment. Love that little girl. That came out of a Mother Goose book, that image. Some of them I remember. Like this is one of the Eloise Wilkins pages from the Seasons book. Here is the little birthday card, and I think you can, yeah, this kind of flips up. So, yeah, and you see her running to the mailbox to get the card, and then you open it up, and there's like a little paper doll in there. So this comes out, and this one has been written in, but so it doesn't open up unless you take the little bear out. I thought that was so cute. And like I said, these can be baby books, you know, if you're not into like things being, you know, baby themed. They can be baby books. They can be everyday journals. They can be used to document, you know, your grandkids or your kids. You know, however you want to use them. Here's two of KB and Friends printable journaling cards. Richard Scarry. This is something I had in my stash, and I think somebody sent this to me, so I folded it over in this one and in the yellow book, and glued it in the blue book with the three little kids on the front. I just clipped it in, but I tried to make it like a little pocket. But I also think it would be cool as just a background, you know, as a background for, you know, a photo or whatever you want to put on there. I didn't put that in the one that's got the boy on it. So here's some more little cards. This is one of my handmade tags using the paper strips. And then some of them you'll notice have, you know, more pockets than others. It's just, but they all have pockets and tuck spots and all that good stuff. So here's the little flash card in here that I embellished, and just kind of like doing a little cluster. And the tab with the button, the popcorn bag, and a little card. This is a what's the name of those? Childcraft. Okay, so here there's an envelope in here with that same little flip page in there. So you can see, while, you know, I put some girly things in here, I didn't make it all girly. Here's the little birthday card. Here's the pocket with all the stuff in it. I did end up putting this tag in there. It just fit well. This was from the Alice and Jerry. It just fit well in here. I just kind of put things where, you know, I wanted to. Here's the little button paper clip for this one. But they're similar, all similar elements in those little pockets. Here's another little tab, envelope. Another pocket. That's the center of this. I love this paper right here. This particular page is so pretty. Here is the hidden paper clip for this one. Put a little guest check up underneath there so you can see how that works. Another little pocket, and then the little envelope on the back that just tucks into the heart. Here is the little pocket with the tags with, you know, my little embellishment. There is a pattern pocket in this one. I think there's a pattern pocket in each one of those. This is not in the little boy one. And some little, more little journaling cards. I think because I only had printed 3 of those, so I didn't put it in the one with the boy. This is a really cute vintage book page. And this is a Corinne Malvern illustration as well. I can't remember. I think it was a counting book. But I don't think I had the whole book. I think I just had some pages from it. And I will tell you that the images, I'm pretty certain that the images on all these books except this particular one are Corinne Malvern illustrations. Now, what book they came out of, I tried to search so I could tell you, but I can't find what particular book they came out of. So here's the pocket for this one, made out of the file folder. And then here's the back, that pretty pocket. So that is this one. Yeah, I'm not sure. This image, I had cut this image out a while back, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember where. I can't, y'all. I apologize. I wish I knew where they all came from so I could tell you, but I just go through, sometimes I just have random book pages that, people have sent me and things like that. And then sometimes I'll actually go through the books and pick out that particular, pick out a particular image. But I do know that this one and this one are Corinne Malvern illustrations. That one might be the Seashore book, but I think it's didn't come from the actual little golden book, because I actually looked, because I do have one of those. Here's the tie for this one, and y'all have already seen a lot of this one, because this is the one we put together. So here's the little goodie pack. And then, but you haven't seen the charm. So this is another one of those buttons. This was on a different button card, but it's the same type of button as the yellow one. I thought was really cool. And then, beads and buttons. There's a little turtle. There's the little ladybug down at the bottom. Just really pretty. I had a really good time doing the charms. I hadn't done them in a while, so I really enjoyed that. And then y'all saw me do if you watched the videos, you saw me do the washi tape and all that good stuff. All right, so then on the inside, here is the image that I put in here. This was from Dick and Jane book. So that can be used as a pocket, or you can make another journal. Here's the little tab. This one I'm gonna flip through really quick, because we did this one. I did this one when I was doing the embellishing. So you already saw me add the ruffles, the pretty Eloise Wilkin page in this one. Here's the journaling card and a poo. This one has Dapper Dave, the Old May card. Here's the little pocket. Here is the hidden paper clip. Put a guest check underneath there. You see how easy that works. On both sides it does that. The birthday card. Child crab. Y'all saw all this. Here is the little, and I gotta put a piece of twine or something in here. I need to remember to do that. Here's the little flashcard for this one. There's a couple of them that I had the little tags hanging off like that. I gotta remember to go back and put some little twine there. Little pattern. Here is the birthday card in this one. This one is torn a little bit right here. Just a little bit, but you could probably, I don't want to mess with that too much. It's still super cute. This is happy birthday. You've got this coming to you, pal. So pin this on your chest. Just a little double talk. Now your birthday's here. Hope you get a double share of happiness this year. So there must have been a pin on this, and that's why it's torn right there. Yeah, see? Still cute. It's so fun. So here's the little kind of doily thing that I pinned. I just clipped that in here. Envelope. And y'all watch me do all these. So here's the tag from the Alice and Jerry books and the tab. Here is the pocket, the button, which I think I showed that when I was doing Embellish. I think I showed y'all the button, paper clip. Oh, for a minute there, I thought that was a tear in the page, but it's a tail off of another bug in there. Oh, funny. Here's a page from that Counting Rhymes, and this is a Corinne Malvern So some of those might be in, some of these might have come from that book, Counting Rhymes. So look that book up if you're interested in those images. And this book was 1946. Yeah, I think that's where I have a really super old one that's really the cover's decent, but the back was tore up. And this might be where those came from. Right here in the book. All along, Carla. I'm gonna have to go look that particular book up now and see if that's, but sometimes when you look the book up, you can't necessarily see all the pages. So here's a little tag and another little journaling spot. Like they won't necessarily show you all the pages in the book. So that makes it difficult to know if that's the right book. I might just have to see if I can't find another one. That one's the old one. I don't know. It might be hard to find. Okay, I'm gonna move. This is the paper clip. I think I showed that. But you can see there's just a ton. I open the, making sure I open those up. Here's the little flip out page. I just had a ton of fun making these, and I have been making so many embellishments, and it was really fun to add all these embellishments to it, and just really fun books. I hope you guys like them. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and thank you all for all your once again for all your love and support and your kind words, and I do love you guys. Let's see how far I am. Oh, not too bad. Okay. Okay, so this one in mine is the one that kind of started it all. So here's the tie. And then here's the goodie pack. And in here, there are some tickets and there's some other envelopes in there for you to play with. And then I do have a couple of other little things I'm gonna add. So here's the charm, this big pretty white button, and this red vintage button, this really pretty flower bead. It's like a glass bead. And yeah, there's the little made with love. There's a little heart. Here's the little ladybug. And those little ladybugs, I forgot to mention, I just recently, I've recently been buying from several sales and stuff, and Deb's Crafting Room, she had some watches. So here's the little, I think this came from a tip book. So this is the little page I put in here for this one for you to use as a pocket, and then the tags and the guest checks. Oh, and here in this little pocket I put a couple of the little journaling cards. I just think that's so cute. You could put a little hidden note in there. Anyway, Deb, I bought some old watches from her that I cut apart, and one of them was ladybugs, and I cut that apart and I made all those ladybug charms out of it. So here's the little popcorn, little journaling spots, wallpaper. Yeah, this one I put some smaller little pages in. I didn't do that in the other ones. There's the little tab, the fabric button tab. Here's the, this was Childcraft. I just love this, love that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure that the Eloise Wilkins, I think the Childcraft's what's in here. I don't think there's a Eloise Wilkins page in here. Not the big one like the other three. So here's the little, look at this little card. It says, this may look all tangled up, but it's straight from me to you. Happy birthday. Isn't that cute? Tell these are old. Probably from the 40s. Here's the little pocket. This came from my Mother Goose book. And I think it's that, I think it's actually that big Mother Goose book that I made a journal out of the cover a while back, and I'm working on another one that's a custom. I think it came from that particular book. This is a printable from KB and Friends here. Vellum, wallpaper. Here's the little tag from the Alice and Jerry. And now some of them don't have the actual writing book page on the back. Some of them were just images. This was from Tip, yeah. So it was really cute. I love the images. Here's the pocket. Here's the paper clip. I don't think I've done too bad on time-wise. I hope you guys are okay. Here's the little flash card, the bag, dictionary, vellum, wallpaper, all the same sort of stuff. Here's the hidden paper clip here with the little kitty cat on it, and then the envelope on the back. Here's the pocket. Fabric tab. There's the little ruffle. There's another little Peter Rabbit. Oh, this one I did add. I didn't have enough of this, but I did have this really pretty ribbon. I did add one little tab in here. I had started this book. I initially was just going to do this, you know, mine and then this one. And then, I don't know, I was really liking them so much. I decided to do the other three. And, you know, I tried to pull, when I make a series, I try to put, you know, similar elements. But I didn't, you know, I didn't do all the same things as I did in this one. It's pretty close, but I just didn't have any more of that ribbon, and then I didn't put the smaller pages in. That was the only difference, really. Here's Ready Freddy from Old Maid, and then there's the pattern, and then here's the little clip-in embellishment book page for that. For this one. And I tried to mix up, you know, boy and girl in each one. You know, I wasn't too concerned about that. Yeah, see, there's this vintage ledger in here, and I didn't use any vintage ledger that had been written on in the other ones. Contrary Mistress Mary. And then here's the little tag and the Pooh postcard. Another Childcraft. And I don't know who, yeah, I don't know who illustrated that one. So I do think this one may have a few more pages. Okay, so here's the little file folder pocket I made for this one. And this is a very sturdy pocket. It really is very sturdy. I just decided that since I hadn't actually clipped this in, that this big paper clip would be a good way to clip those in the back. And then that is the back of this one. So that is that one. So these will all be in the shop on Tuesday this week, and I'll put the date in the description. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And then next I'll be coming back and doing some embellishments. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed these. I know I have enjoyed making them. They've just been super fun. Yeah, I'm really happy and excited about them. I like the way they came out. I was able to use a lot of stuff, share a lot of stuff with you guys too. There's a lot in here for you to use in your journal or for other projects, you know. So anyway, love you guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. And as always, thank you for your support and all your lovely comments. And let me know what you think about the finished journals. Love you. Bye.